Microphone.
Okay, now call to order the Traffic and Safety Commission meeting for July 29th at 6 p.m. Our first order of business is Pledge of Allegiance. Let's please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now we'll have roll call.
Yes, Chairman. Okay, I will now commence with roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Present.
Commissioner Knox,
Here.
Commissioner Mares,
Here.
Vice Chair Beas,
Here.
Chairman LaRocca.
Here.
Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Any staff communications?
Chair, we do not have any staff communication.
Thank you. Now we'll open it up to public comment.
Chairman, we do have one public comment from Noretta Morales. You may commence. You have 3 minutes.
Okay, my name is Noretta Morales. I own a business at 528 Montebello Way, Foreign Affairs Auto Repair. And this is specifically in regards to parking enforcement during construction on Montebello Way. I've made several calls into parking enforcement. Today, I was informed by Joseph that I was probably calling in the wrong term. I was using the word double parked. I should say illegally parked. And by that I mean, since the 11th, when I actually came back from a vacation, I've taken videos and pictures of cars illegally parked on Montebello Way. And by that I mean, there is a parking lane, 2 lanes of traffic, a center turning lane, and 2 lanes of traffic on the other side, and a parking lane. So you have vehicles parked in the parking lane legally. You have vehicles parked in the first lane of traffic, the second lane of traffic, the center turning lane, and across the street, the same thing. So, and vehicles parking the wrong direction in a lane of traffic, leaving their vehicles out there entirely the entire day. And I have videos, pictures, you're welcome to see them. When you enter into the little section that they have open there'll be 2 cars parked where you have to actually make a hard left to get around them. I have seen cars washed in the traffic lanes, vehicles being worked on in the traffic lanes. So I want to know if that's legal. Can I start doing that now, please? Parking enforcement did come out today. I actually witnessed as they came out and turned their lights on, and the other businesses came out, and one guy in particular was saying they were told they could do this, and he left. So is it legal, or can I park there as everybody else has? That's my question.
If this concludes your comment, I'd like to ask City Manager or Public Works Director to respond.
Well, typically, it's not a dialogue on this type of format, but thank you for bringing it to our attention. I'll make sure the staff looks into your concerns and contacts you with following up.
Okay, so, but is it legal to park in a traffic lane?
We can't answer that question right now, but we'll look into it and get back to you, Ms. Morales, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
But we understand your concerns. We'll
Okay.
duly
and
noted. We're not going to
and
ignore them.
If you want to see pictures or anything, feel free to call me. and-
Absolutely. We'll follow up with you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Chairman, we have no more public comments.
Okay, now we'll go to the approval of the minutes. Do we have any comments from the commissioners regarding the minutes from last month?
No comments for me.
Okay, and I see no comments. Can we get a roll call to approve the minutes?
Can I please have a motion?
I'll second.
We have a motion from Vice Chair Beas with a second from Commissioner Knox to approve the minutes as written. I will now commence with roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Mares,
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
I'll abstain since I wasn't here last month.
The motion passes.
Thank you. And now we'll go into regular business. We have 7 items regarding always stop signs. And after reviewing these items, I noticed that none of them met the requirements to add 4-way stops. And they all recommended the addition of installing red curbs for safety improvements. I'd like to approve these items all in one go because they're all similarly related, unless we have any commissioners are opposed to that.
I guess I will just, you say that you review them and they don't meet the requirements to add 4 stops where,
Yeah, at always
as
stops.
proposed?
Yeah, so there's a requirement, there's standards that Mr. Aguirre reviewed through the California Municipal Traffic Control Devices Code, and they went through all of the requirements, and they did not meet any of those minimum requirements to add those stop signs. But please correct me if I'm wrong, Public Works Director.
Chair, thank you so much. Yeah, so these items are very similar in nature. It's just the only difference is the actual location. So what the chair is trying to say that the recommendation by our traffic engineer is to not do as requested by the residents or the businesses to put in an always stop. Instead, what we're trying to do is mitigate it through other measures like red curb and things of that nature in order to improve site visibility. So the chair is saying that instead of going through all of these items, he would kind of like to treat them all at the same. But he's asking you, Commissioner, if you're okay with that, or if you would like for Mr. Aguirre to explain further any of these items.
If the chairman would like, we could treat this as a consent calendar item, and then we could pull items if the commissioners would like to speak about them more. City Manager?
Yeah, so just for clarification, these are regular agenda items, and consent calendar, yes, we would just be able to approve them all based on the recommendation of staff, but these are regular items, so you would need to make a formal motion, like staff just said, to include them all. That's it, it's also your prerogative to hear each item. Yeah, I mean, they may be technically similar, but each situation is different, right? So it's really the prerogative of the Traffic Commission to take action to hear them all or not, you know. But we are prepared to provide presentations on each one.
So we can pick the ones we want as it is? Because I see a few that I went through and I've been there. I've been there many times, especially when you have one on the 3rd Street one. They're in Los Angeles. Since they have been doing the construction, Los Angeles became a freeway. I live there. I went to the street the other day. Yesterday was Sunday. We almost got run over, my wife and my grandson, because they don't look at them. We have no red curves to begin with, and that's like I said. It's you got the one on 4th. They stop there, and when they stop, I should say. But you go to 3rd Street, it's a freeway. They're coming from Bluff to 4th Street, and it's like a race. The other day there was an accident there too. We were in another car because the car had to stop. Another car ran rear-ended the car there. So I would like to look at that one.
Okay, let's,
So we could pull that one specifically out for discussion. If anybody has any other that they would like to speak of.
yeah, that's good, thank you, Jeremy. Any other intersections that commissioners are interested in reviewing individually?
Yes, there's the one request to put a stop sign on Bell and Lincoln. So the way, and I'm sorry, I've been sick and I haven't, I apologize for not looking into more detail these agenda items before the meeting. But just for my own clarification, these items are propositions, right? For you guys are gonna look into it to see if that's feasible, doable, Or if we approve them today, are they gonna move forward with adding the stop signs? Just for clarification for me, and I apologize for asking.
Sure, Mike Pigary. What we have done is, all these studies are looking at MUTCD, or manual of traffic control devices, in order to justify installation of always stop signs. They have to meet certain requirements, or warrants, as it's called. And none of these intersections have met those warrants or justifications to install always stop sign. And in most cases, the reason that they did not meet the requirements is the minor street does not have as much traffic. For example, Lincoln and Vale, it's a T intersection, a huge amount of traffic on Lincoln, but hardly any on Vale, because it's a cul-de-sac. And so that's the issue with, so it does not meet the warrants. And if you want to kind of, in a simplified way, the letters in the body of the report, where we talk about A, B, C, and D, they correspond to the attachment A. So that's the description of the warrant. And if you look at the attachment A, those correspond to those basically warrants, or so A, B, and C, and D is basically referenced or described in the body of the report. So as Chair mentioned, none of these intersections met the warrants. And with regard to your comments about the Third and Los Angeles, I must say, these counts were done last year in October of 2023, and we're going through some transition. So I'm sure due to the construction, you have additional traffic at that intersection. I'm pretty sure that there's more traffic that's been rerouted, perhaps through Third and Los Angeles. Generally, you don't want to justify an always stop sign based on, as I call it, a temporary, although if what we could do is we could count again, but if the duration of the construction, I don't know, let's say a year or so, perhaps. I'm sorry? 42 months. 42 months, okay. So if it pleases the commission, we could do another count and see if that perhaps, because 42 months to me is a long term.
Yeah.
So perhaps we could count that intersection again and see if it's justified or not.
I would like that to be recounted on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
Do a
yeah.
recount on that, because it is
Yeah.
now, it's really getting bad. Like I told you, just, we're crossing the street. People, they fly by you.
No, I understand.
I mean, it's really getting dangerous
Yeah.
there. And then we have people that live out there,
Yeah.
you know, and the other one on Lincoln
And Vale?
and Vale,
Uh-huh,
we brought that one back when I was in that commission years ago.
uh-huh.
That has been brought up a lot, because people try to cross street there from the park. It's dangerous. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I've seen it. People don't, that's a shortcut trying to get to Wilcox. You know, they're going straight across. I mean, that's a you have a stop sign so far down, Taylor, I guess it is. Then you're gonna fly down to, all the way, what, 18th Street? Is that what the next one is?
I want to tap in the city attorney a little bit. So this is a formal meeting, there's a formal process that we need to follow. It seems like we're
Yeah,
going
so
back and forth.
let's slow down a
All
little
these
bit.
all these
and,
items are formally agendized. They're not in consent. So I would strongly recommend that the commission actually hear item one by one. If the commission doesn't want a presentation on any given item, that you're more than welcome to make a motion at that point to vote. But right now, as a matter of discourse, I mean, we're talking various items out of order.
Yeah, let's go in order. It does sound like people have certain issues that they want to address or have an open discussion on. So I think it's probably best that we just take them in order at this point.
Okay, let's start with item number 2. So you want to go over a quick summary of that?
Thank you, Commissioner. So item number 2 presented in front of our Traffic and Safety Commission is an all-way stop sign study at the intersection of 3rd Street and Los Angeles Avenue. To discuss this further will be Mr. Mike Pigary, Traffic Engineer.
Okay, so as I mentioned, there are several warrants have to be met for the installation of all-way stop sign at that intersection, and none of the warrants were met. The counts were done back in October of 2023, and the most recent collision data or accident data was retrieved from TIMS, which is called the California Internet Statewide Integrated Traffic Records, and no accidents were found or revealed or shown. So those are the conditions, and attachment A basically summarizes the warrants for that particular intersection, warrant A or criteria A, B, C, D, and D. We do recommend installation of red curb. Actually, several corners do have red curb, but I noticed on the southbound approach, there were no red curb in the departure side. So we're recommending red curb for Third Street going northbound. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Just a quick question about the yellow marking. Is that existing? red curb?
Existing,
Thank you.
correct. Mhm.
Would you like me to go down roll call?
Yeah, so do we have any questions, comments from the commissioners regarding this item?
I have no questions.
Commissioner, Vice Chair Baez, would you like to make a motion to, that you were discussing earlier?
Yes, just, I don't like the table there, I'll tell you the truth. Just go ahead and table that over to check it out again, the recount.
Chair, may I make a suggestion?
Sure.
We could certainly go ahead and, based on the data we have retrieved, the intersection does not meet the warrants. And we could go ahead and approve as such. And then what we'll do is we do another stop sign analysis, meaning we'll request traffic counts. We can't do traffic counts during the school when the school is out.
Mhm.
So that might be a few months. So I'll be happy to do another always stop sign later when the school's open and we can recount the intersection. So one option, again, that's a suggestion. You may want to go ahead and approve this item as is, and then we'll certainly follow up with do another analysis in the next 3 to 6 months, I would say, if that's satisfactory.
Vice Chair, is that okay if we approve the red curb installation as
The
a?
red curve, I do approve on that one, but I do
Sure.
want to see the recount.
Sure.
I think you're waiting too long, 3 months, 4 months already. School's already next month. In 2 weeks, school starts. Okay, we have that going on. The kids are going to school, the cars are flying by there. I just want to go ahead sooner than that,
Right.
the count of the cars.
The only comment I have is that the scheduling of the counts is always an issue. And also, it takes a few months before the traffic stabilizes based on the school traffic. So, sure, we can go in and jump in and do the counts as soon as the school's open, but you may not get the true counts or what the conditions are at that intersection with regard to traffic volumes.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about, because like I said, you got the kids, you have the residents, and you have that freeway. I'm telling you, it's an open market. From Bluff to 4th Street, they're flying. The other day, like I said, the guy rear-ended him. And he was going the speed limit. The other guy thought, yeah, I think I'll pass him. So that's the only thing I'm asking. We can do it sooner than that, the count.
Oh, of course, we'll do our best, of course, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, we just have to be mindful of
Yeah.
when the school open, by when does parents get used to driving that particular intersection and so on and so forth. It takes a bit of time to normalize traffic because it won't be probably the same as the first couple of weeks until 2-3
Yeah,
months
no.
later.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm not trying to delay it. I'm just trying to
No.
get a idea of what kind of traffic we have at that
Yeah,
intersection.
I'll agree to that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna approve the item as is, and
Actually, hold on. Currently, the motion on the table right now is to table. So we're gonna confirm that there's no second there and then put forward the next motion. So is there a second for the motion to table?
I'll second.
Do you want to table it, or did you want to approve the,
What is the motion?
all?
I was seconding. I thought there was already a motion to.
The motion originally was to not approve and table it, but the subsequent discussion between the engineer and the commissioner was that they were just going to approve the red curb and then do the count in a couple of months. So basically just want to clear the old motion if necessary and then go with the new motion. Or we can go with the motion to table if you'd like. So again, the current motion is a motion to table. Is there a second? No second, motion dies. Is there a new motion?
So I motion to approve as is.
A second.
We have a motion to approve item number 2, the all-way stop sign study at the intersection of 3rd Street and Los Angeles Avenue, with a motion from Chairman LaRocca, with a second from Commissioner Romero. I will now commence roll call. Commissioner Romero?
Aye.
Commissioner Knox?
Aye.
Commissioner Mares?
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas?
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously.
Okay, item number 3, the always stop sign study at Calle Cinco and Roosevelt Avenue.
Thank you, Commissioner and Chair. In front of you is item number 3, which is an all-way stop sign study at the intersection of Calle Cinco and Roosevelt Avenue. The recommendation today is to receive and file an all-way stop sign study for the intersection of Calle Cinco and Roosevelt Avenue, and approve staff recommendation to install red curb at the intersection of Calle Cinco and Roosevelt Avenue. With you today is Mr. Mike Begary, traffic engineer, to present this item.
Yeah, thank you. To summarize, the intersection did not meet the warrants, and I'll be similar to the justifications of the warrants as we discussed with the prior intersection. So I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you. Do we have any comments, questions from the commission?
No comments for me.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve?
I motion it.
I'll second.
Okay, we'll have a roll call.
We have a motion to approve by Vice Chair Beas, with a second from Commissioner Knox, to approve this item as recommended by staff, item number 3. I will now commence with roll call. Commissioner Romero?
Aye.
Commissioner Knox?
Aye.
Commissioner Mares?
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas?
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously.
Next, we have item number 4, the all-way stop sign study at the intersection of Caribway and Frankel Avenue.
Once again, thank you, Chair. In front of you, this recommendation is to receive and file an all-way stop sign study for the intersection of Caribway and Frankel Avenue. The presentation will be provided Mr. Gary, traffic engineer.
Thank you. This intersection did not meet the MUTCD warrants, and installation of all-way stop sign is not warranted. But we are, in this particular intersection, there were existing red curb. That's why additional red curb was not recommended. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No questions for me.
Okay, now, do we have a motion to receive and file the study as recommended?
You actually don't need a motion and second. You can just accept it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll accept this, this item and receive and file the study. Thank you. Next, we have item number 5, the all-way stop sign study at the intersection of Caribway and Oakwood Street.
Thank you, Chair. The motion today is, the recommendation is to receive and file always stop sign study for the intersection of Caribway and Oakwood Street. Once again, it's Mr. Mike Gary providing you with any context or presentation on this item.
Thank you. This intersection did not meet the warrants for always stop. And red curb has been previously installed at the intersection. That's why there's no recommendation for red curb. So the recommendation would be to receive and file the always stop sign analysis for this intersection at Kettle Way and Oakwood Street. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any comments or questions from the commissioners?
No comments.
I'd like to receive and file this item. Next, we have the always stop sign at Colgrove Avenue and Park Avenue.
Thank you very much, Chair. The recommendation in front of the Traffic Safety Commission today is to receive and file an always stop sign study for the intersection of Coal Grove Avenue and Park Avenue, and approve staff recommendation to install red curb at the intersection of Coal Grove Avenue and Park Avenue. Once again, Mr. Mike McGarry will be providing you with context and presentation on this item.
Thank you. This intersection did not meet the warrants either. But we did recommend installation of red curb at the intersection. There are a few corners that were missing, so we are adding red curb to increase site visibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any comments or questions from the commissioners?
No comments from me.
Do we have a motion to approve the installation of the red curb for this item?
I motion to approve.
I second.
Thank you. Let's have roll call.
We have a motion to approve item number 6 as staff has recommended by Commissioner Knox with a second from Commissioner Romero. I will now commence roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Mares,
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously.
Item number 7, we have the always stop sign study at the intersection of Colgrove Avenue and Taylor Avenue.
Thank you very much, Chair. This is recommendation to the Traffic and Safety Commission to receive and file an always stop sign study for the intersection of Coal Grove Avenue and Taylor Avenue, and to approve staff recommendation to install red curb at the intersection of Coal Grove Avenue and Taylor Avenue. Once again, it's Mr. Mike McGarry providing you with context and presentation.
Thank you. This intersection, Coal Grove and Taylor, did not meet the warrants either. But we are recommending installing red curb at the intersection. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have any comments or questions about this item? I see none. So do we have a motion to approve the staff recommendation to install a red curb at this intersection?
I motion to approve it.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Let's have roll call.
We have a motion from Vice Chair Beas and a second from Commissioner Knox to approve as staff has recommended for item number 7. I will now commence with roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Mares,
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. And for item number 8, we have the always stop sign study at the intersection of Lincoln Avenue and Vale Avenue.
Thank you very much, Chair. It is recommended that the Traffic Safety Commission receive and file an always stop sign study for the intersection of Lincoln Avenue and Vale Avenue, and approve staff recommendation to install red curb at the intersection of Lincoln Avenue and Vale Avenue. Once again, it's Mr. Mike Gary providing context and presentation.
Thank you. The intersection of Lincoln and Vale did not meet any always stop sign warrants, but staff does recommend the installation of additional red curb at the intersection. Glad to answer any questions.
I have a question. Even though it didn't meet the requirements, my question is, as Commissioner Baez said, people who are trying to cross from the park over, is there something that could be done, even though there haven't been necessarily deaths or accidents, but something preventative either way? Could it be like a flashing crosswalk or something like that for people who are crossing from the park? Because my concern is that maybe something hasn't happened yet, but definitely it's there's potential for something to happen there with people crossing from that. I mean, I'm on Lincoln all the time crossing that, and I see that too. It does seem like it's a dangerous spot.
We could certainly evaluate and look at additional enhancement for the intersection. That's something that we could do and perhaps bring it back to the commission. We'd be glad to do it. So, yeah, I do understand it's that particular section is also, you have 4 lanes of traffic, basically. But yeah, we can do that. We could evaluate it and perhaps install additional signage, enhancements, anything that can be done to improve the safety at the intersection for pedestrians. I'd be glad to do it, and then we'll evaluate it, bring it back to the council. I mean, the commission, I'm sorry. Yes.
I have a comment on that
Yes, go ahead.
item. I know that it would be too close of a stop sign from the 19th Street to this one, but if, as Commissioner Romero, am I saying your name correctly? Comment that maybe if not a stop sign, maybe something that can slow down the traffic. That crosswalk, it's very unsafe. I do not dare cross just because it seems very unsafe. People are flying down that street. And if there was any way that the traffic could be slowed down there, if a stop sign is not the answer, I don't know what else could be. But it is a concern, and I don't see many people crossing for this. I believe for this reason because it would be very unsafe. It's unsafe even crossing when there's a 4 stop sign.
I don't want to go into too much details, but there are some measures that potentially could be implemented if there's budget for it. And one would be to narrow the crossing distance for the pedestrians. Rather than crossing 4 lanes of traffic, there are ways to try to minimize or reduce, not minimize, but reduce the crossing distance. And this way, you could basically cross the intersection at a much shorter time. But that, again, that's, like I said, we'll be glad to evaluate and look at the
That would be very much appreciated.
different options, for sure.
That's
No,
my
we
comment.
walk that area all the time, we understand.
Yeah.
Well, you heard my concerns and their concerns, the same thing.
Yes.
It's just a distance, and when, like you said, it is big street to cross. I don't know how you're gonna do shorten distance of cars, I mean, at crosswalks, whatever. But I'm glad something should be looked at. That's all I'm asking for.
Right.
For you guys to look at the distance, look at, and sit there. You know, you got I know the count. I mean, you're looking at the count, you guys have a counter out there. And I think it's a lot more than that, what they're really going by there.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Thank you, Commissioners. So if there's no other comments, I'd like to approve this item with I'd like to make a motion to approve this item with the further study of how to calm traffic in the area to make it make it more pedestrian friendly, if possible, if there's any solution available that's within our jurisdiction. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And do we have, can we get a roll call?
We have a motion to approve the item as staff has recommended with the additional direction to staff to look at additional avenues of safety for this intersection by the Chairman LaRocca with a second from Commissioner Knox. I will now commence roll call. Commissioner Romero?
Aye.
Commissioner Knox?
Aye.
Commissioner Mares?
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas?
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
And lastly, on regular business, we have item number 9, commercial loading zone at 1406 State Street.
Thank you very much, Chair. It is recommended that the Traffic Safety Commission approve the installation of a commercial loading zone at 1406 State Street and approve the installation of red curb at the intersection of Date Street and Maple Avenue. With presentation will be Mr. Mike McGarry, Traffic Engineer.
Thank you. the request came in from the property owner that owns the corner property at, sorry, I gotta get my file here. Maple and Date. And mainly it's an industrial area with heavy demand for parking by large trailers. And the property owner is asking for a commercial zone, commercial loading zone in front of their business, although it would not be exclusive to that particular property. But our recommendation is to install the commercial loading zone at 1406 Dale. And in addition to that, while I was field checking the intersection, the area, I noticed missing red curb at the intersections, surrounding intersection, well, not surrounding, but right adjacent to the property. So the recommendation would be to install the commercial loading zone and install additional red curb at Dale and Maple.
Thank you, Mr. Bagheri.
Thank you.
Do we have any questions or comments on this item?
No comments.
Do we have a motion to approve as recommended?
I make a motion to approve item number 9 as recommended.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Romero with a second from Vice Chair Veas to approve the item as recommended by staff. I'll now commence roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Mares,
Aye.
Vice Chair Veas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
Aye.
Motion passes.
That concludes our regular business. Now we have commission orals, and it looks like I only have one for myself, but we have the opportunity to hear any commission orals that have come up since the agenda has been posted, if there is approval from the whole commission. Does anyone have anything they would like to motion to the commission to speak on?
I have something.
Do we need to get a vote?
We need
to
a
hear?
motion.
Do we have, I motion that we hear Commissioner Romero's oral. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
We have a motion from Chairman LaRocca with a second from the Vice Chair to allow Commissioner Romero to give her unagendized orals. I will now begin with roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Mares,
Aye.
Vice Chair Veas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
Aye.
Motion passes. You may proceed.
Yes, it's just an observation on my street, but I'm not sure if there's other streets. But since the construction has been going on, and even prior to that, on my street, I live on South Vale, a lot of industrial vehicles drive down my street, and it's a big problem. But even more so now that we have the construction going on, and I'm not sure about other streets, but possibly if it'd be possible to get larger signage for the industrial vehicles, the weight, because we do have one on my street, but it's very small and really easy to miss. And I'm just wondering if it'd be possible to get larger signage. I spoke with the chief too. He's actually the one who presented the idea to me as well. But I'm not sure if other streets are experiencing that same situation, but there's a lot of industrial vehicles that shouldn't be on some of the smaller residential streets.
Commissioner, do you mind sharing what that street segments are? Is that just on Vale or is that another cross streets?
The
On-
Olympic and Whittier, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry, one more
Between
time?
Bell on Olympic, between Olympic and Whittier. So if it's okay with you, Commissioner, let us follow up with the chief and we'll look in, well, first let us assess the signage and then also talk to the chief in terms of like more enforcement on that street
Okay.
for larger vehicles. And we're happy to report back on that.
Thank you, City Manager. Do we have any other unagendized orals that other commissioners would like to bring up?
I do.
Okay, I'll motion to hear these items. Do we have a second motion?
I second.
We have a motion from Chairman LaRocca with a second from Commissioner Knox to allow Commissioner Mares to give unagendized orals. I'll now begin with roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Mares,
Aye.
Vice Chair Veas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I have a question. On 4th Street and Mines next to the park, there is a long stretch of a red curb. Especially during soccer season, that red curb everyone parks there. A lot of the vehicles park, a lot of the patrons from the park in the residential areas, so on 3rd Street, 4th Street. But my question is, why is there a red curb adjacent to a park that has very limited parking spots?
Commissioner, if it's okay with you, can we look into that and report back at our next meeting? Usually there's a reason, but let us kind of figure out. In particular, anywhere in the red curve that you're at the park? I know sometimes it's towards the corners.
No,
or-
it's the whole street.
Yeah, okay,
It's from 4th all the way to the cul-de-sac.
okay. So let us look into it and we'll report back at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And so, any other items from Commissioner Knox or Commissioner Beas? If not, I'd just like to bring up my agendized item. I received a concern from resident about the traffic lines, the striping near Shore High School. I live near there, and this concern came from a resident to the mayor, and then she brought it up to me. And I do agree with the resident that the visibility on the traffic lanes could be improved. I don't know if there's a plan to restripe areas near schools, if there's to improve safety or visibility. But I think if it's maybe it's the pedestrian crossings that might need to be improved, but also the lane striping. Also, I noticed that it's very faded and sometimes hard to see during bright light day or even at night, because a lot of the visibility, the reflective material on the paint is definitely worn down. So yeah, I don't know. That's just, I wanted to bring that item up and see if we have any methods or approaches to handle that.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, so every year, the Public Works Department does take advantage of the summertime in order to paint around schools. So I will definitely speak to staff about this request.
Thank you very much. So that's all we have, and I'd like to end the commission meeting at,
We need a motion to adjourn.
oh, do we have, I'd like to motion to adjourn the meeting.
I have something to say before you want to adjourn it. I want to say thank you to Jeremy here. As you know, this is his last day with us at the board meeting here, at our meeting. It's also his birthday. So just to let you know that, that it's his birthday today too. Well, thank you for keeping up with us. Now it's Sam's turn to take over. And so we're gonna have some Sam here doing it now. So welcome aboard. I could tell you that, at least I could say that. Jeremy, great help, a person to talk to, he called you for anything. So thanks again and a happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Really appreciate all Jeremy's hard work, and happy birthday. Thank you.
So we have a motion from Chairman LaRocca. Do we need a second to
I'll
adjourn?
second. I'll
And
second.
a second from Vice Chair Beas. I will now commence roll call. Commissioner Romero,
Aye.
Commissioner Knox,
Aye.
Commissioner Maris,
Aye.
Vice Chair Beas,
Aye.
Chairman LaRocca.
Aye. So now we adjourn at 6:44 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you.